This is a confidential industrial film bulletin from Under-Secretary of War Robert Patterson to the men and women of the American automotive industry, which demonstrates to them the performance of the combat vehicles they build. Before the all-out Allied drive on Tunis and Bizerte, large quantities of American supplies were shifted from the southwestern to the northern front. It was imperative those supplies got there. Time, territory, and lives were at stake. This is a reenactment by the armored force of what it took in men and machines to get one of those vital convoys safely through. Shortly after dawn, the convoy's advance guard patrol, light tanks, reconnaissance speed buggies, a lookout on wheels. Its job, to run interference for the convoy, to wipe out light enemy resistance, to flash back the red light if they encounter enemy units too big for them to tackle. Two miles back, mobile anti-aircraft guns set up to guard against possible air attacks while the convoy passes through dangerous defiles. Across trackless desert terrain, trucks proceed at wide intervals. Spread out far apart, this convoy of 30 vehicles, utilizing the desert's natural camouflage, stretches back for several miles. Command car, half-track carrying convoy commander, responsible for bringing this precious cargo safely through. Food on wheels, ammunition on wheels, gasoline on wheels, men on wheels. Maintenance truck. Self-propelled anti-tank weapon. Tank tracks. Flattened undergrowth, snapped off shrubs, danger signals.
Enemy ration can, sir. It's still fresh.
They must be damn close. Axle 6, this is Carmel 3. Over.
Axle 6, this is Carmel 3. Over.
Carmel 3, this is Hexo 6. Over. This is Carmel 3. Have found enemy ration can. Believe enemy tank platoon nearby. Over. This is Hexo 6. The convoy will continue to move forward at the same rate of march. Let me know as soon as anything develops. Out. Sergeant! Go down to column of 1. All the men will be ready for a possible tank attack.
On the ball, you guys. Enemy tanks up front. Tanks up front. Okay, sir. They're all set.
Guard, ready for anything. platoon of Nazi medium tanks. 5 Mark IVs headed straight for the advance patrol and the convoy behind it.
Commo 3 to all tanks. Take cover behind ridge.
Pete, join the convoy and wait instructions.
Jeeps double back on their tracks, while the light tanks, outmanned and outgunned, head off to the flank, hoping to draw the Nazis away from the convoy. Orders to disperse the convoy, take cover, and camouflage. The Nazis have outguessed our light tank commander. Using their superior firepower and greater range, they stand off and bombard his tanks before moving on the convoy itself. In actions like these, light tanks are expendable, putting up hopeless resistance. Notice the square silhouettes of the enemy gun turrets. One of our tanks, knocked out. Jeeps report to the convoy commander. Nazis have swept aside our light tanks and advance upon the dispersed convoy. Convoy commander contacts American Tank Battalion headquarters.
Jack 2, this is Hexo 6, over. This is Hexo 6. Need help badly. Convoy in extreme danger. Our position is 1 mile south of Crossroad 26. Our position is 1 mile south of Crossroad 26.
American medium tank platoon, bivouac near the action.
Battalion commander. Supply train is being attacked by enemy tank platoon 1 mile south of Crossroad 26. Any questions? No. Get going! Supply convoy being attacked by enemy tank platoon. Follow me! Move out!
At moments like these, when every second counts, there is no time to look for oil or fuel leaks, to see if the tracks need tightening, to find loose, worn, or broken parts, to test if the turret guns rise and lower properly, if they swing around. Not a split second can be wasted checking if both banks of cylinders are firing together or separately, to check if the radio is working, for enough pioneer tools, for enough oil and gas, for enough ammunition. These battle wagons and the stuff to run them and fight them must be delivered to our armored force by American industry and American labor in perfect fighting trim. The enemy closes in. Unless our medium tank platoon gets here in time to help fight them off, the entire convoy can be wiped out. The Nazis loom closer, shortening their range with every round. they come. Death on wheels, Nazi style, signaling each other happy hunting.
Here they are. Give them hell, boys!
This is it. This is the moment for which these battle wagons were built. The acid test of no quarter combat. This is the moment when all the brain and savvy of American engineers and all the sweat and skill of American workers are pitted against Axis ingenuity and Axis slave labor. The enemy changes direction, forced to turn from the convoy to meet the American tank threat on his flank. In ordinary combat, tank versus tank fights are usually avoided. This time there is no choice. These Nazis must be blasted out of the way before the convoy can get through. Nazi number one.
They got him.
One of ours. Hit. Burning.
When Hitler put this war on wheels, he ran it right down our alley.
An American alley, like none other in the world, planned with daring and vision. An all-American alley, with raw materials and sub-assembly parts funneled into it from almost every state in the Union. Pounded out by engineers, die makers, tool makers, mechanics. Mastered by the skilled hand of American labor. Only yesterday, from this alley, rolled the world's greatest single source of transportation vehicles. Peacetime wheels in the millions. For our workers, farmers, loggers, travelers, kids. For others in the four corners of the earth. Japan had one automobile for every 389 people. Italy had one automobile for every 93 people. Germany had one for every 24 people. The United States had one for every 4. But while we sat in the grandstand and cheered, while we watched daredevils ride with death, Hitler and the men behind him were putting Germany on wheels too. When the Nazi whip cracked over the Polish frontier, the Germans had 9 panzer divisions. At that time, we were still utilizing cavalry and horse-drawn artillery for mobility in war. At Fort Knox, our entire mechanized strength consisted of 2 divisions. The Nazis, by capturing enemy equipment and driving their slave labor to tremendous efforts, had increased their panzer strength to 20. 2 against 20. Those were the odds against us. Could we convert our great automotive industry quickly enough to meet the Nazis when our time came, tank for tank, division for division? Could we rip out the old machines, transform our factories, build the new machines, install them, learn to use them? New tools called for new skills. New methods had to be devised and mastered. Whole factories had to be redesigned, re-equipped, restaffed. When we had 4 divisions, the Nazis had 22. 5, 8, and the Nazis had 25. 11, 12, and the Nazis had 30. 13, 14, More and more and more tank divisions. More armored combat war wagons of all types. Today, General Devers, commander of our European theater, can tell his armored force officers our mechanized strength will soon be large enough to strike at Jap and Nazi strongholds everywhere. American industry and American labor are making this possible. They know that every American workday lost is an Axis day won. They know that all their hopes for peace and freedom and security hang in the balance. Yes, the words of General McNair, wounded in North Africa, go for them too.
The sooner you get in the killing mood, the better and more skillful you will be when the real test comes. The struggle is for survival. Kill or be killed.
Point-blank range. Suicide if they miss. Here the decision rests with superior gunnery.
Fire.
Nazi number 2, hit. Nazi number 3, hit. The 2 remaining enemy tanks turn and flee.
Fire.
Nazi number 4, hit. Nazi number 5, hit. Burning. Still fighting.
Fire. Cease firing.
Yes, General Somerville. When Hitler put this war on wheels, he drove it straight down our alley. Platoon commander reports to Tank Battalion headquarters. Mission accomplished. Tank Battalion headquarters advises they will inform convoy to proceed, with tank platoon leading the way.
Follow me. Move out.
Orders to proceed. That convoy got through. The cargo it carried and many others like it made possible the capture of Tunis and Bizerte. Yes, that convoy got through. And all over the world, convoys are going through to battlefields bristling with our mechanized equipment. The motorized muscle of America. Wheels and more wheels for ourselves, for our allies. Wheels that will one day roll down the long, hard road to Tokyo and Berlin.